Hello everyone. What can you see in this picture? How about this one? And this one? Did you find the frog in all three of these pictures? My name is Alan, and today I'm going to teach you a little bit about frogs. Frogs can be found all across the world, even in your own backyard. I knew I wanted to catch frogs, but I didn't know how. Frogs live in water or on trees usually. So to catch the frogs in the trees, I had to make something that kind of looks like a tree, that they'd want to go and sleep in at night. The next step is I had to find where I want to put these tree frog houses. I always see the frogs in my window at night, so I figured I'd put their house next to my house. 3 days later, I had a frog roommate. All I had to do at this point was figure out how I was going to get him out of his house. Let's move on to a video from earlier today to see how I got him out of his house. So now you can see me at my house looking for my frog. I peep in the top and see him staring back at me. So I set down all my supplies and get to work. The first thing I need to do was to get the tube out of the ground and clear the part of the tube that was in the ground. After the hole was opened back up, I open my bag and place it over one end of the tube. Now there's only one opening to this tube, I had to slide something through the tube to move the frog into the bag. If you look very closely, you can see the frog come out of the tube and land in the bag. If I ever hold a frog, I make sure to wash my hands before touching my face. This is because if this mucus gets on my eyes or my mouth, it can cause irritation and pain. This is a mucus, kind of like a snot, that rubs off on things that touch it. This is where you can see I get a little bit excited and start taking pictures of it. Don't worry, I'll show you the picture too. So now let's get back to your schoolwork. I hear you learned about your 5 senses. So let's use our sense of sight to learn a little bit about this frog. So a frog has 4 legs, 2 eyes, a mouth, and a nose. Their legs can be used to move around, but also for touch. Their sense of touch is very good. That's because whenever they're climbing up those trees, they need to see how well they're holding on before they move around. Now let's move on to their eyes. Their eyes are on top of their head, which allows them to see almost completely in a circle around their body, so whenever they're eating, nothing can sneak up behind them. Have you ever tried catching a frog off the ground? You probably didn't catch it because of those fancy eyes. Now let's talk about their nose. So they have 2 holes in the front of their face that go into their mouth, kind of like you. So right now I want you to breathe in through your nose. You feel that air on your tongue? That's because your nose and your mouth is connected. This lets frogs taste and smell what they're eating. So what sense are we missing now? We have touch, taste, smell, and sight. Which one's missing? Hearing, that's right. But do you see any ears in this frog? Probably not, because they don't stick out like they do on me. But what a frog does have is these little circles behind their eyes, and these circles work like your eardrum in your ears. And it feels the vibrations of the sound. Whenever sound moves, it makes waves, and those waves can be felt on those circles. This lets frogs hear just like you and me. Do you think all frogs look the same? No, they don't. Frogs that live in trees have big toe pads that lets them suction cup onto a tree and climb up. Now frogs that live in the water, they don't need to climb trees, and so what they have is webs that go between their toes, and this lets them swim as fast as a fish. Now let's put your 5 senses to the test. Frogs and toads look pretty similar, but I think if you put your mind to it, you might be able to figure out what's the differences. Take a look at these pictures and videos and see if you can pick out the differences between the frogs and the toads. Alright, first we got the frog, what it looks like. Now we got a frog and how it moves. We got the toad, what it looks like. And also how a toad moves. Did you find the differences? Let's look at them together. The first difference you might find is that toads are usually chunkier, while frogs are slim. This is something you can see with the round body of the toad and the shorter legs. Another difference you will notice is the way they move. Frogs usually jump to move, while toads kind of do a small jump or walk around. The next difference is hard to see through a screen, but if you could feel both the frog and the toad, you would notice a frog is slimier because of that mucus I mentioned earlier, and has very smooth skin. That's why he's so shiny in that picture. A toad, on the other hand, is usually drier and covered in bumps. That's all I have for you today. If you ever want to get one of these tree frog houses at your school, please reach out. Or if you have any other questions, I'm here for you. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.